Every time someone tells me to move to Ottawa, they want a newer home, they want to be close to shopping, close to the airport, and they don't want to spend Manitic money or deal with Barhaven traffic. I almost always end up showing them Findlay Creek. But here's the thing, it really isn't perfect. Today, I'm going to be showing you what it's actually like living in Findlay Creek, who's it for, who's its genuinely perfect occupant, and who probably should just keep on going. Hey, I'm Dwayne Desveaux with eXp Realty here in Ottawa. I served 25 years in the Canadian Armed Forces and then became your Ottawa Realtor extraordinaire, helping people just like you move into and pick perfect communities throughout the entire city. So stick with this video. Now, Findlay Creek keeps coming up in conversations with my clients, so let's do the honest version of what that looks like for you. Findlay Creek sits on Ottawa's south end, just east of Riverside South, and only a few minutes from the Ottawa International Airport. That location matters more than most people realize. Downtown Ottawa is roughly 20 to 30 minutes depending on traffic. The airport is about 10 minutes, and for anyone working at the CHEO or General Hospital or the federal government campuses scattered around the south end of Ottawa, the commute is genuinely manageable for the most part. For military families posted to Leitrim, this is especially important. Findlay Creek is practically next door. Some streets in the community are a 5 to 8 minute drive to the base. That's one of the best commutes to Leitrim of any community in Ottawa, and it never comes up in any comparison videos that I see on the internet. Now, for NDHQ downtown postings, you are actually looking at 25 to 35 minutes depending on your exact route. Not the shortest commute in Ottawa, but it's perfectly livable at this point. This isn't one of Ottawa's older neighborhoods either. Most of what you'll find here was either built in the last 15 to 20 years, and it shows in a really good way. It has modern layouts, larger kitchens, open concept living, which everybody loves, attached garages, finished basements, and generally has less maintenance than buying something older, as you can imagine. Builders like Tamarack, Tartan, EQ Homes, and Richcraft have all built in this area. You'll find townhome semis and detached sprinkled throughout the community, and new phase 2 development south toward Leitrim Road is still actively delivering 2026 occupancies for buyers who want a brand new build. Now, the trade-off is that it reads like a subdivision, similar architectural styles, similar streetscapes. If you want something that looks distinctively different from the house next door, you might feel that there are more older neighborhoods sprinkled throughout Ottawa that could tickle your fancy. As of mid-2026, here's what you're looking at in Findlay Creek. Townhomes are running at around $630,000. Detached homes are averaging approximately $840K, with larger and more upgraded properties going well above that. For context, Ottawa's overall average home price in June of 2026 was just over $733,000. Findlay Creek sits right in the mix for detached, with townhomes coming in below the city average, which is cool. That makes it one of the more accessible South End communities for buyers who want newer construction without pushing the $900,000 range. Markets move, so verify current numbers with your realtor before you make any decisions, but that gives you a solid starting point. Let's talk about shopping with Findlay Creek. Now, this is one of Findlay Creek's biggest strengths, in my opinion, and it's gotten even better recently. The main shopping plaza has expanded significantly. You've got now Farm Boys, Shoppers Drug Mart, restaurants, coffee shops, fitness centers, medical offices, banks, pharmacies, basically everything most families need on a weekly basis right in the neighborhood, including Giant Tide. You don't need to move to Findlay Creek and then spend 20 minutes driving to get groceries. Everything is right there. For busy families, that convenience adds up fast, and it's something people consistently mention after they've moved in all the time. With regards to schools, if you have children, there are several elementary schools within the community as well as secondary schools. Options for all 4 school boards exist throughout Findlay Creek. What I always tell buyers, confirm the specific school boundary for the address before you buy that particular real estate. Don't assume the nearest school is the designated one. Boundaries priorities can shift, and it's worth verifying with the school board before you sign anything. For parks and trails in Findlay Creek, if you like getting outside, Findlay Creek has done a genuinely good job with green space, playgrounds, walking paths, stormwater ponds that double as community gathering spots, bike paths, and parks spread throughout the neighborhood. Tons of outdoor activities. What a lot of people don't know is the Findlay Creek Boardwalk and direct access to the Greenbelt Trails, which makes it one of the more nature-connected communities in Ottawa's south end, despite being a newer suburb. For families who want to be outside year-round, it delivers more than it looks like on a map. Now let's talk about the commute, and let me be specific about it, since this is where a lot of people make assumptions. Leitrim, it's 5 to 8 minutes, genuinely one of the best commutes in Ottawa to that base. The Ottawa International Airport, it's about 10 minutes. South Keys General Hospital, CHEO is about 15 to 20 minutes depending on traffic. NDHQ downtown is 25 to 35 minutes via Hunt Club, Bank Street, or the Airport Parkway. NDHQ Carling campus, this is the honest one, 35 to 45 minutes cross town. If Carling campus is your destination every day, Findlay Creek isn't your shortest option. Canada or probably Stittsville would put you way closer. Now, let me tell you about a family that I worked with, because this situation comes up more than you can possibly imagine. Federal public servants, 2 kids under 10 years old. She was posted to Leitrim. He was working downtown. They came in with Barrhaven at the top of their list because their friends were there and they heard nothing but good things about Barrhaven. I asked one question, how long are you willing to commute each morning? She said, believe it or not, 5 minutes would be amazing, which wouldn't we all love? He said 30 is fine. I said, okay, before you decide Barrhaven, come with me and let's go have a look at Findlay Creek. We spent an afternoon there. Drove from the front door to Leitrim, 7 minutes. Drove from the front door to downtown via Airport Parkway. It was about 28 minutes. We walked through the shopping plaza. We walked the boardwalk trail. She called it that evening. They bought in Findlay Creek, and the last I heard was they were coaching their daughter's soccer team at one of the community parks. Now let's talk about the pros. Now, here's what people consistently love about Findlay Creek. It's new. You're moving into a home built in the last 20 years with modern finishes and amazing layouts. It's super convenient. It has Farm Boy, pharmacies, restaurants, fitness, all within the neighborhood. It's family oriented, lots of young families in parks everywhere, and a genuine community feel. The commute to Leitrim and the airport is one of the best in all of Ottawa. And the price point, particularly for the townhomes, is accessible compared to where prices have gone in recent years in other communities in Ottawa. Now, the honest cons, because I said I'd give you those too. Bank Street traffic during rush hour gets super busy. If your daily commute takes you through that corridor, build in a buffer time. The trees haven't fully matured in newer sections. Some streets feel more exposed than established neighborhoods throughout Ottawa with 30-year-old maples. Give it another decade and it'll feel different, but right now it reads as a brand new area. And the architectural variety is limited. Subdivisions built in phases tend to look similar. If you want a home that feels distinctly yours from the outside, you'll need to look harder or accept that and focus on the interior of your home, which probably is absolutely beautiful. Now, if you were to ask me who should live here, I would say Findlay Creek is right for you if you're posted to CFS Leitrim or working near the airport. The math for that commute is absolutely excellent. You want a newer home without pushing into the $900,000 range. You have a young family and want parks, schools, and amenities close by, or you want that new build feel without heading as far out west as Barrhaven or as far into the suburbs as, say, Riverside South. And who should look elsewhere? I would say Findlay Creek is probably not right for you if you're posting to NDHQ Carling campus and the commute matters. Canada or Stittsville puts you 30 minutes closer. You want mature trees, century homes, the Rideau Canal, or a vibrant urban lifestyle. Westboro is your place. The Glebe, Old Ottawa South, Alta Vista, those are all your communities if that's what you're looking for. Maybe you want something that feels distinctly different from a subdivision. I would choose Manotick or Orleans, which would definitely serve you better. Overall, I would say Findlay Creek has become one of Ottawa's most popular newer communities for a reason. It's convenient, family friendly, has excellent shopping, and delivers solid commute to some of Ottawa's biggest employment areas, particularly Leitrim. So, is it perfect? Not really. But for a lot of buyers, including a lot of military families, it's closer to perfect than people expect before they actually spend some time in the area. If you're trying to figure out whether Findlay Creek is right for your situation, drop a comment below, hit the link in the description. Mallory and I help families make this exact decision, and we're happy to walk you through it. No pressure, no pitch, just a straight conversation and some East Coast help. Hey, and if you're relocating to Ottawa on a military posting, we have put together a Ottawa relocation guide packed with neighborhood information, commute breakdowns, and everything you need to know before you arrive on your HHT. The link is in the description. Drop a comment below. Is Findlay Creek somewhere you have considered? I'd love to hear from you. Hey, and I'll see you in the next video.